by Moon Chase in the Australian Hurdle, beating Sir Poet. And Maybe Rough. They're all set. Race 3 here at Sandown. Beautiful day here. Ready, off. And Denvale missed it a wee bit on the inside. One of the first to get going was Zambito, in company with Tippy. Impulsive got out well. Away quickly also No Comparison. Scorby going fast from an outside gate, being followed by Save Time. In behind them Serene Joy, and then Chicago Baby. Magic Sovereign followed by Denvale Miss, and tailing out to last is Carla's Voice down the hill. And Zambito went to the lead by a length in advance of No Comparison on the inside of a Scorby close up. 2 lengths further back is Tippy. They're closely followed further back by Save Time. A length and a half Impulsive followed by Serene Joy and Chicago Baby. Magic Sovereign in behind them. 2 lengths further back Denvale Miss is second last, and Carla's Voice bringing up the rear. Down the hill 800 to go, and Zambito by a length in advance of a Scorpic in close touch. 2 lengths away No Comparison. 2.5 lengths to Save Time on the outside of Tippy. A length and a half Impulsive. 2 further back then is Serene Joy. Chicago Baby on the rails followed by Magic Sovereign. A good long gap. Denvale misses second last, and Carla's Voice is last of all as they come around the home turn. Zambito being pressured for the lead by a Scorby. Looks to be travelling well. They're out by 2 lengths to No Comparison as they straighten over. Save Time is further back. Impulsive coming down the outside. Tippy over on the inside is getting a run. 300 metres left to go. A Scorpic's put ahead in front here of Zambito. Coming down the outside, Impulsive with a good run, and Tippy getting right up along the inside, and deeper on the track is Magic Sovereign. A big finish coming up. Impulsive hit the front. Magic Sovereign down the outside. Save Time, and further back is Tippy, but Impulsive is nicely clear with 100 metres left to go from Save Time. Is getting up along the inside. Impulsive just the leader. Save Time trying to get to it, won't make it, and Impulsive wins by a half length to Save Time. I think Magic Sovereign third from No Comparison, and Serene Joy close behind them. Chicago Baby. A Scorpic didn't go on the straight, followed by Tippy next home. Carla's Voice, and then Zambito and Denvale Misses run last. Number 4, the winner, Impulsive. Number 4, Impulsive, ridden by Matthew Allen, pays $4.40 and $1.70. In the third of the day here, the George Donahue handicap, scoring in good style. 5-year-old bay mare by Palasta out of Wonder Twig. Raced by Mr. W.C.Y. Fan, trained by Doug Harrison at Pearsdale. Matthew Allen, the winning rider. Number 13 has run second, and that is Save Time, ridden by Eddie Wilkinson. And number 8, third, Magic Sovereign, ridden by Valet Jurek. All placings after the running of race 3 at Sandown. Here's the finish, and there is Impulsive with Save Time trying to get to it. All to no avail, and Impulsive holding Save Time at bay, and Magic Sovereign just getting there for third ahead of No Comparisons on the rail, and Serene Joy close up behind them there in that good finish. Disappointments of Scorpic. Looked to be going very well on the home turn, but compounded just after they swung for home. And Zambito weakened right out of it to beat only one home. That's Chicago Baby just on screen there. 4 Impulsive, 4.40, 170. Defeats 13 Save Time at 5.80, and 8 third Magic Sovereign. $5.90 in the George Donahue handicap. They have recorded 127.6 on this heavy track. That is 6.5 seconds outside the record. Held by a pretty good galloper, but the same token in June, of course, won the CF4 Stakes here to establish that record, and then went on to win the Melbourne Cup back in 1994.
Hit the line. And he hits the button. They're off and running. Good start. Fraud is first out. Away smartly Morphe and Fuego Bravo. Referrals begun fast from a wide gate, and there's about 4 in line at the end of 100 metres or so. And then Haute Couture just behind those. Freeport followed by Basics. Dropping out last Zulu Chief and Lively Lad second last. Past the 1200, Fuego Bravo went to the lead under a good hold by more than a length to Morphe. In third place, tucked away, is Fraud. Close handy Referral. About 2 lengths then to tucked away on the rails is Basic as they go by the 1,000 metres mark. At the head of the others, Haute Couture, followed by Zulu Chief, who's travelling 3 deep around Freeport, and Tabloid and Lively Lad, the joint tail enders. 800 metres out, Fuego Bravo led under a good hold, a length and a half to Morphe. Referral taking closer order is over racing a bit, followed by Basics and then Fraud. Zulu Chief is out 3 deep, moving forward, followed by Haute Couture. Freeport third last, and the last couple are Tabloid and Lively Lad as they near the corner. This leader's got things very easy. Fuego Bravo is more than a length on Morphe as they turn. Basics on the fence, now under pressure, followed by Referral and Fraud. And Freeport is way back. He's 6 or 7 lengths off the lead and taking half an hour to get going. Fuego Bravo tackled in earnest by Morphe. Referrals putting in a dash from Fraud. Zulu Chief trying to hold the other one. Freeport in there. Coming to the 100 mark, Morphe put his head in front of Fuego Bravo. Zulu Chief chiming in on the outside. Morphe just in front. Will he make it 3 straight? Yes, I think. Not much in it. Looks like Morphe a breath to Zulu Chief. Basics might be third. Close up is Freeport. Had no luck in the straight. Followed by Fuego Bravo and then Referral. Further back came Fraud, Lively Lad and Haute Couture. Last of all, Tabloid. Oh, gee, did you see Jay Cassidy's ride on Zulu Chief? Deserving of victory. It looks as though he might have just failed to grab Morphe. Not much in it, though. But he held Freeport in the best zip fastener pockets you've ever seen. He felt he had the leaders covered, so he stayed back and he held Freeport in that pocket as long... Oh, it's truth, he might have got up here. Looking at that, he has. This is awfully close, right on the line. It looked as though Morphe might have held on, but Zulu Chief is much closer than it appeared, wide out on the track. And he's going to make it very interesting. And Basics prominent for third, in front of Referral and Fuego Bravo close up. Very close one here on the third of the day. As I said, it was a ride deserving. No, Morphe's lasted. Number 7, Morphe, has just lasted to win, ridden by Lenny Beasley. And will pay better than $18. A little better than $18 the win and $4.10 the place. And have a look at that. He's won by a carbuncle. A decent-sized wart was the winning margin in favour of Morphe. Zulu Chief, in fact, on one of those replays, on one of the freeze frames, he looked as though he'd won. Now, number 1 second, Zulu Chief, $1.50, and number 4, Basics third, will pay a place dividend of $1.10. Numbers are 7, 1, 4. Morphe, Zulu Chief and Basics.
And they're off to a good start in the Australian steeplechase, and Zacapet on the inside was the first to jump out. Bob jumped out pretty well with Parlez-Vous, followed by Bagheera and Wooden Duck as they come to the first jumper. And over on the outside, Naruma Guy, and going up quickly around them on the outside there is Burrawai Lord towards the second jumper. That's the second of the double on top of the hill, and down the hill they come, and Bob is joined and headed by Burrawai Lord. A length and a half further back is Dapper, settling just in behind them Parlez-Vous on the inside of Naruma Guy. A length and a half then to Wooden Duck, being followed closely over on the inside by Zacapet, a bit further back to Best Endeavours. A length and a half then I'll Be Judge Lake Thorn, he's outside. Usurper getting back in the field early, followed by Off Again, and Tom T. Hall is tailed out to last. Down the side they race here, and Burrawai Lord leading about 2.5 lengths in advance here. In second place, going up fast is Bob, and just in behind them Dapper, followed by Naruma Guy. 2 lengths further back is Parlez-Vous as they come to the next double down the side of the track, and Burrawai Lord out in the centre is jumping pretty cleanly at the moment. He's about 4 lengths ahead of Bob. A length and a half then to Dapper, followed by on the outside Naruma Guy. Then the mare Parlez-Vous, a length and a half Best Endeavours, being followed closely by Zacapet. In behind them I'll Be Judge. Wooden Duck's a fair way back in the field. Off Again behind them, followed by Bagheera. And further back is Usurper over on the outside of Lake Thor is next to last, and Tom T. Hall is last of all. They're in the straight now, the first of 5 fences ahead of them. And Burrawai Lord is fencing well, and as Bob's nearly lost his ride. Oh, he's done a marvellous job to get back. I think he's back in the saddle. What a great recovery that is by the rider on Bob. He's back in the saddle. Nearly fell, but he's there, and as they come down the straight, they'll get the plaudits of the crowd for that. That's a marvellous recovery. And down the straight they come with just over a circle left to go, and Burrawai Lord, who's measuring his fence as well, comes along to the next one, put in a good one at that one, and landed about 5 lengths to Dapper. 4 lengths further back is Naruma Guy, length and a half Best Endeavours, Bob on the outside of Parlez-Vous, and then there's a break further back, Off Again, followed by Usurper, and I'll Be Judge in behind them with the last of the fences in the straight, with just under 2,400 metres left to travel. A length and a half Wooden Duck, followed by Zacapet on the inside. Bagheera further back, followed by Lake Thor, and still last of all is Tom T. Hall. Out of the straight in the final lap they travel, and Burrawai Lord about 2.5 lengths to Dapper. 2 lengths further back Naruma Guy. Parlez-Vous is getting a nice run along the inside, is laying fourth. A half length to Best Endeavours, a length and a half to Bob, making up his ground, and they're followed by Usurper, who's taking closer order on the inside of Off Again. 2 lengths away Wooden Duck, followed by I'll Be Judge, and then there's a break over on the inside to Zacapet, and further back in the field Bagheera, followed by Lake Thor, and Tom T. Hall is last as they commence the run up the hill with about 1,800 metres left to go on the Australian steeplechase, and Burrawai Lord, the leader, comes along to the next tall timber, about 2 lengths to Dapper on the outside there, going up quickly Naruma Guy. A length and a half then Parlez-Vous, followed by Best Endeavours, is running a forward race over on the outside, 3 off the rail Bob. A length and a half then Usurper as they climb the hill, followed by Off Again, and further back Bagheera, and then came Zacapet, followed by Wooden Duck, who's a fair way back in the field, racing up the hill, 1,400 metres out, a good long way back to Lake Thor. Tom T. Hall is well back, he's third last, and I'll Be Judge has got back to last. On top of the hill they come to the next fence. That's the 5th last fence in the Australian steeplechase, and Burrawai Lord cleared it safely, 2.5 lengths to Dapper on the inside of Naruma Guy. A length and a half, Best Endeavours, followed by Bob and then Parlez-Vous. And making ground up on the outside now is Usurper running on. He's followed by Zacapeta. A bit further back, Tom T. Hall is also going forward. Off again is in behind them. Wooden Duck's a long, long way back. He's about 15 lengths off the leader as they come down the hill with just over 1,000 litres left to go. And Burrawai Lord is making a merry for victory. Burrawai Lord with about just under 1,000 left to run, about 5 or 6 lengths to Dapper, a half length away Naruma Guy. They're followed by Best Endeavours, now being hard ridden, followed by Bob and Tom T. Hall. Coming down to what will be the third last jump in here. The leader is still Burrawai Lord. He's given a grand exhibition so far. Cleared that one 5 or 6 lengths. Usurper moving up quickly on the outside of Naruma Guy. At the second last jump, they're followed further back by Dapper. Here's the second last one. Burrawai Lord is safely over it, still by 6 lengths. Usurper, there's one down. Wooden Duck crashed at the second last fence. He's down. Wooden Duck the favourite. And round the turn they come, and Burrawai Lord is well clear. Into the straight. One fence left to jump, and Burrawai Lord by 6 or 8 lengths. Usurper. Then Naruma Guy and Bob, followed by Dapper, and further back to Bagheera. Here's the last one. Burrawai Lord comes along to it with a big break. Cleared it beautifully. He's well clear, Burrawai Lord. He's got the Australian steeplechase safely in his keeping. He's 10 lengths ahead of Usurper, who's plugging away. Then Bagheera, followed by Best Endeavours, Tom T. Hall and Bob. But Burrawai Lord, a great exhibition, is going to lead all the way and win it very easily. And Burrawai Lord in the run home thoroughly deserves his win. He's won by 12 lengths from Bagheera, who'll get up and run second. And Parlez-Vous will get third running on, followed by Lake Thor. Then Best Endeavours, followed by Naruma Guy, off again behind them, Usurper. And then Tom T. Hall and Zacapet, followed by Dapper and Bob. And last of all is I'll Be Judge.
Burrawai Lord, the winner. Great performance by that horse there over Bagheera and Parlez-Vous. And Burrawai Lord for W.D. Smith. That was a terrific run. He's always been there or thereabouts, that horse. And it was a great, great performance over that journey of 3,800 metres, winning by some 12 to 15 lengths. Terrific race. OK, now let's look at the Gold Coast market on race 4. And Lord Carla 705 in from 955, 280 for Kairat, Baroque Red 455.
Funny Tail is a shade slow, one of the first out, Trouble in Mind. Away quickly from a wide gate is Coconut. Blue Valley is pushing through to be one of the leaders, followed by Planet Green and Zephyr Bell into the box seat, followed by Funny Tail improving after that tardy start. Marcis is next on the inside of Double Angle, followed by Our Covenant and tailing out to last Jezebel. On the first turn at the 900, Planet Green went to the lead under a big hull from Kevin Moses, led by about a length to Trouble in Mind. Blue Valley third, Coconut 3 deep. Zephyr Bell is 1 off, getting a lovely run for Justin Sheehan. Marcis on the inside of Funny Tail. Double Angles about 5 off the lead, followed by Our Covenant with Jezebel last, and they're packing up. 600 out as they near the turn. Planet Green is the leader from Trouble in Mind, and Blue Valley in the yellow colours. Zephyr Bell is tracking them into the straight, followed by Coconut. Marcis is bailed away. Funny Tail between horses. Double Angle in the blue colours taking off around the field. On the corner, Planet Green is just the leader over Trouble in Mind. Blue Valley, Zephyr Bell between horses now, with Sheehan sitting quietly as they come to the 200. Trouble in Mind put the head in front, grabbed again by Zephyr Bell. Now Sheehan says go. Zephyr Bell has grabbed the lead from Trouble in Mind, Blue Valley and Funny Tail. 100 metres out, Zephyr Bell the leader. Funny Tail is lunging. Zephyr Bell, Funny Tail. Funny Tail did best and beat Zephyr Bell. Trouble in Mind will be third. Close up Marcis, Blue Valley, followed by Double Angle, Jezebel, and then Our Covenant. Coconut is in that bunch, and Planet Green weakened out of it under the top weight to finish at the tail of the field. Funny Tail, a little slow to move at the start, but picked up by Brad Pengelly and had the last lunge at them and was finishing far the best. Number 6, Funny Tail, is now trained by Ron Quinton and pays better than $10. $10.10 for the win. $10.10 the win, and about $2.90 the place. Number 4, Zephyr Bell, to pay $1.50, and number 2, third, Trouble in Mind, $2.90. I fell into the trap in an earlier race with those approximate totes. Again, they were putting up the totes for the following race within seconds of the previous one being run. So it's a real trap. I'm trying to ignore it. Now, Zephyr Bell reached the lead after a perfect Justin Sheehan ride. Struthy did everything but get off and put it on his shoulders. But Funny Tail finished far the best. Trouble in Mind will get third. So the numbers are 642, and the official totes are 10.10 and $2.90, $1.50 and $2.90, waiting for the Quinella and Trifecta. Now, Funny Tail by Rory's Jester. What's she been doing of late? She started at the end of May in the race won by Miss Windsor, finished 5th, beaten 4.8. That was all right. 14th of 15 at Warwick Farm to Rubiton's best. And that was her first run back from a spell. And last October she ran last in a field of 12 at Randwick in the race won by Techniques. So her form's been a little patchy. She's by Rory's Jester, whose siring statistics currently are quite amazing, particularly for his 2-year-old crop. He's really come into his own in recent years, Rory's Jester. Funny Tale, ridden by Brad Pengelly, and by gee, this kid's improved. He's been riding in great style in the last couple of months. Funny Tale is a bay filly by Rory's Jester out of Kitty Roos, is trained by Ron Quinton for Tony Wang and ridden by Brad Pengelly. Brad Pengelly's been having a pretty good trot of late, and that was a nice patient ride. Funny Tale was a little tardy to begin, but young Brad didn't panic. He just let her make it.
They're all ready. Look set. Destrero on the outside. And they're off. First to jump, Paris Watchway on the outside from Final Tempo. Shows On began well with Video Fan quickly away and Frisbee in behind them. And over on the inside, Expressage is gathering speed quickly, being followed closely by Magneto. Back along the inside is Lord Dresden, a length and a half to Kenwood on the inside of Sky Gazer and Tembo Tembia. And Southridge is tailed out to last. Final Tempo in charge as they run down the straight. Bit of a crowding there. Saw Lord Dresden drop back in the field to about 4th last. And as they race past the 1200, and Final Tempo a length and a half to Shows On, getting into the box seat, 2 lengths away. Destrero. Expressage is on the inside 4th, a length to Video Fan in company with Frisbee and Kenwood just in behind them. Pushing again on the inside is Lord Dresden, a length Magneto, followed by Sky Gazer on the rails. Paris Archway in behind them. Berserkers over on the outside of Tembo Tembia. And still last of all is Southridge coming up the side, 850 to run, and Final Tempo half a length to Shows On, moving up quickly, a length and a half. Expressage on the inside of Destrero. Close up behind them Kenwood, followed by Video Fan a bit further back in the field, then over on the inside to Lord Dresden, and they were followed closely then by Frisbee in that bunch, a length to Sky Gazer, Magneto, Tembo Tembia, followed by Berserk. Southridge is second last, and Paris Archway got back to last as they're making the home turn. Final Tempo a half length to Shows On, is looming up quickly on the outside and going well, and they've got away by 3 or 4 lengths to Destrero on the outside of Lord Dresden. Back in behind them then Video Fan is under pressure, followed further back in the field by Kenwood, but Shows On looks to be travelling very easily. Shows On has taken the lead, 200 left to go. Final Tempo fighting back along the inside. There's not much between the pair of them. They're well clear of Video Fan. Shows On the outside, and Final Tempo on the inside is kicking back strongly. It's going the better Final Tempo. Final Tempo draws away again, and Final Tempo too strong. Wins 3/4 of a length to Shows On. 3 lengths away third Video Fan. Then Kenwood, followed by Sky Gazer and Magneto Expressage. Further back then Berserk, followed by Lord Dresden, and then Southridge and Destrero and Frisbee, and last of all Tembo Tembia. Well, you couldn't have put enough on Shows On. Halfway down the straight, but the other horses fought back. So much so, it's drawn away on the line to win by about 3/4 of a length. Number 6, the winner, Final Tempo, ridden by Lincoln Coffey. Raced by Madames G.M. Patterson and D. Bourne. P. Middlemiss and P. Tarrant, trained by David Bourne at Seymour. A 6-year-old grey gelding by Red Tempo. Out of Standell, a good strong performance. After Shows On looked a likely winner. Final Tempo going ever so much the better, as you see here, and drawing away to win nearly a length on the line, in fact. Over Shows On, every possible chance. Couldn't have put enough on us, as I say. About 250 to go. And third place in the number 1 Video Fan, ridden by Adam Murphy. Must have been about 5 lengths away. 6:15.1 in the Samson Handicap, number 6 Final Tempo, Lincoln Coffey, pays $13.20 and $4.20. 15 Shows On at $2.20 and 1 Video Fan at $1.60. Number 12 was 4th. That was Kenwood, and number 4 ran 5th, and that was Sky Gazer. And the time 1:40.6. 1:40.6 for the Samson Handicap. We'll be back to Sandown. Race 6 is next. The anniversary handicap 1,200 metres coming up at 3 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Now, Sandown race 5, the winner 6 Final Tempo.
Out of 5, he's been most impressive to date. He won by nearly 5 lengths at Randwick last Saturday, and he certainly does look the goods. He's lightened off a little. I don't think there's much doubt he has started to tuck up a little. So he's probably starting to feel the racing, and this is his first Fair Dinkum campaign, and he's done a terrific job. I think he'll be a nice little horse next time. Starters ready as the last one moves in, and they're set and ready for dispatch with Captain Daniels at $1.50. Light flashing on top. Off they go. Good start, and dropping straight back is Earthquake after the start. Mr. Hawk bobbed out in front. Captain Daniel striding through to go to the lead early. Room for a Slew settles down in third place. Duke of Braggart 3 deep early. Close handy is Springwood. A length away Martian, and 2.5 to Earthquake at the tail of the field. 1,000 out. Captain Daniel steadied, has the mouth open. He wants to go a bit. Moving up level with him now, and in fact going to the lead is Mr. Hawk. Jimmy Cassidy's trying to give Captain Daniels a rest under the big weight, and Mr. Hawk draws out to lead him a length by the 800 mark. Room for a Slew won't settle. He's got the head up and wants to rip and tear. Duke of Braggart is obliged to race 3 and 4 deep, followed by Springwood. 2.5 to Martian, and Earthquake at the tail of the field and under some pressure to the turn, and Mr. Hawk on the outside is just shading Captain Daniels. A length away, Room for a Slew now being ridden a bit. Duke of Braggart is hanging off the track on the turn. He's on one rein, followed by Springwood and Martian. Heads a turn for home. Captain Daniels and Mr. Hawk. Jimmy Cassidy shaking up the odds on Pop, and he took about a neck lead on Mr. Hawk. Room for a Slew battling on, and Springwood is cutting back to the inside. Captain Daniels flat to the boards is in front of Mr. Hawk and Springwood. Captain Daniels holding them under hands and heels riding. He's not going to win by far, but he'll win again. And Captain Daniels a half length to Springwood. In third place, Room for a Slew, followed by Mr. Hawk, and then Martian and Earthquake, and Duke of Braggart, which got on one rein in the middle stages and hung noticeably, is last to finish. Oh, did he? Jimmy dropped his cane. Well, I mentioned that he was riding hands and heels. No wonder. Jimmy Cassidy apparently lost his whip around about the 200 metres mark. The whip flew from his hand, and that's the reason he was busy hands and heels on the winner over the last 100 metres. Tell you what, Nick, I doubt that it would have made any difference, because this is a very genuine little horse. He's going just as fast under hands and heels as he would be with the whip. But he won. He had 58, and you can't do any more than win 4 out of 5, which is his record. But I just thought he looked a bit lean on it, and he might have come to the end of his tether now. And by gee, I know Bob Lapointe will be pretty excited about him next preparation. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he heads for the spelling paddocks now. Captain Daniels. All right, let's have a look at Jimmy. Where's the Persuader? Jimmy's a right-hander, of course, and he's now fumbling for the shillelagh. And if you watch closely, you'll see it hurtle skywards. Does it go up in the air, Nick?
Yep, it sure does, graphically shown
Yeah,
here.
you'll see it just now, Johnny. Graphically, you'll see a white whip go flashing out of the hand. Yeah.
Struth, you've got a sharp eye, son.
Oh, don't you worry about that, Johnny. When you're on the leader, you've got a sharp eye.
You've got better eyes than Daniel Boone.
Yeah, it was a look at him though, Jimmy. He doesn't get deterred with that, does he? He just kept going. I would have wanted to get off and grab it again.
Yeah, I don't think he needs a whip, that little fella.
True.
I can think of a few other horses that need one, but not Captain Daniels.
Thank you, Johnny. 1, 5 and 2. Righto. Now, what was that, Johnny? Sorry.
So he's done a great job for the Lone Star.
Oh yes, of course. Gee, the Lone Star are on fire, Johnny. Every time you look around, they've got some more cash for the kids.
Hope it keeps happening.
So do I. Well done. There's Bob Lapointe too on screen there. Good on you, Bobby, from the Lone Star.
Mick Pelling, Darren Gauci, Jimmy Cassidy, Dwayne Dunn, just to mention a few of the star riders appearing at the Darwin Carnival this year. They're all set, and they're off. And first out, Quality Kingdom near the inside began well in company there with Talura Touch, who bounded away quickly, and Tendaring got out fast. Just in behind them, Royal Rubiton. Sir Swayze over on the inside, being followed by Just Sterling, and going around them on the outer there is Ruling Regent. Coltar is second last, and Thatchway has got back to last. 900 to go. Quality Kingdom on the inside, the leader. Half a length in advance of Ken Daring, followed by Royal Rubiton. Diamond tipped in that leading group. Over on the inside, Sir Swayze, followed by Talura Touch. A length to Kit's Challenger. A length and a half then Coltar. Just Sterling on the outside of Ruling Regent, who's second last, and Thatchway bringing up the rear as they come down the side. Just over 600 metres left to go. Quality Kingdom on the inside leads a neck on Ken Daring, and Royal Rubiton going up 3 deep around them. A length and a half to Sir Swayze as they make the turn. Diamond tipped us further back. To Laura Touches in behind them, followed by Coltar, but this leader's travelling very well. Quality Kingdom at the 350, led by a length and a half. Ken Daring is second, followed by Sir Swayze. Royal Rubiton now under pressure, a good long gap to Just Sterling, and they're followed by Diamond Tip. Quality Kingdom is the leader. Sir Swayze Swayze starting to close the gap on the outside. Is running on well as the danger. Sir Swayze on the outside put his head in front. Quality Kingdom not finding a great deal, and Sir Swayze bounded away in the last little bit and will win it well, Sir Swayze. Down he goes to the post, Sir Swayze to win. Sir Swayze by a length to Quality Kingdom. Coultar's got up for third, followed by Ruling Region, and further back to Laura Touch and Kids Challenge behind them, followed next home by Just Sterling and Ken Deering and Thatchway, Royal Rubiton, and Diamond Tipped has run last. Well, he never kicked at all. Quality Kingdom, after looking a good thing at the top of the straight, looked to just bound clear and had the race seemingly all parcelled up until along has come Sir Swayze, quickly putting paid to the chances of Quality Kingdom. Number 4, the winner, Sir Swayze, in the anniversary handicap ridden by Stephen Vella. Congratulations to Kingsley and Evelyn Peach. Spent a lot of money on racing, and they are rewarded here today with their 7-year-old brown gelding by Famous Star out of Imperial Edition in Sir Swayze. Winning, trained by Barbara Marshman at Horsham, and there's a good win to Sir Swayze over Quality Kingdom and Coultar in third place. 4, 2 and 5 official placings after the running of the anniversary handicap, and number 4 Sir Swayze at $19.40 and $5.30, beating number 2 Quality Kingdom $1.70 and 5 Coultar third. At $3, number 8 was officially 4th Ruling Regent, number 6 ran 5th, and that was to Laura Touch. But a good strong win there to Sir Swayze, and he has recorded 1:13.9 for race 6 at Sandown. 2 to go here. Race 7, the Luther's Luck Welter handicap at 3:38.
The Gold Coast market there.
1,500 metres the journey, and they're off now. Entertainer drops straight back to the tail of the field. First out, Saltash Castle, headed by Vane Darrah's Way and Bay Tights, and there's a riderless horse there. Dr. Squill's rider parted company with that horse coming out of the gate. In fact, there's the rider back in front of the stalls on his feet. He's okay, but Dr. Squill is careering ahead of the field now. Now, the leader is Bay Tights by a length on Vane Darrah's Way. Angelin in third place on the outside of Saltash Castle, and then Blue Gum and Crafty Bow, and 3 lengths away at the tail of the field is Entertainer. 1,000 metres out, and Carmody on Bay Tight stacks them up and slows them down. Leads by a length to Vane Darrah's Way, a half length away and 3 deep is Angelin, followed by Saltash Castle, and then Blue Gum and Crafty Bow, and back at the tail is Entertainer. Past the 800 mark, and Bay Tights held together, led by 3/4 to Vane Darrah's Way. Angelin is a neck further back and 3 deep as they come up to approach the corner, followed by Saltash Castle on the inside of Blue Gum, and then Crafty Bow joined on the outside by Entertainer. Coming around the turn, and Bay Tights is the leader over Vane Darrah's Way in the centre, with Angelin 3 wide coming around the corner. They've all swung away from the fence here. Saltash Castle is getting up closest to the inside rail as they come down the straight to the 200. They're about to swamp the riderless horse, and these riders have to be careful here. Bay Tights is still in front from Angelin. Blue Gum is now starting to wind up. It's Bay Tights the leader, getting close to home, holding them all at bay. By gee, these 3-year-olds are hard to beat at this time of year in the open races, and Bay Tights bolted in. Blue Gum second, Angelin third, followed by Entertainer. At the head of the others then Saltash Castle, Vane Darrah's Way, and last of all is Crafty Bow. Well, Kevin Forrester was dislodged from Dr. Squill when they came out of the gate. The rider was immediately on his feet. He's unhurt, and the riderless Dr. Squill virtually led them home, and over the last 100 metres or so was matching strides with the winner Bay Tights. Number 7, Bay Tights, Craig Carmody, $3.30 and $1.40, $3.30 and $1.40. Number 2, Blue Gum, Jim Cassidy second to pay $1.80, and third, number 3, Angelin, to pay $4.20. Well, never a dull moment, eh? Never a dull moment. Now let's try and sort out what happened to Dr. Squill. Barrier 8. Watch for a pink cap. Yeah, now you'll see a pink cap on the extreme outside of that field. Well, Forrester's still on board there. I'm just trying to work out if the horse knuckles over or what. I can see the rider's feet. He's around its neck. There he goes. He bites the dust. And being on the outside of the field, of course, he was clear of the other runners and there was no harm done. I just don't know. I think that horse might have just knuckled over and speared Forrester forward. He was hanging around its neck for a few strides before dropping harmlessly to the turf.